again. Today we're going to make a Quilter's Grow Bag. And what that is, it's a bag that will be 3 different sizes at the end when we're done. So what you're going to need is 1 yard of quilted fabric. You can get that at your fabric store, or you can make your own. And usually when you get it at the store, it has a different pattern on the front and the back, so you can use that to contrast whichever way you want your bag to go. I actually quilted my own on a long arm quilter, and that's another option. So if you know a quilter that quilts things, you can just take some fabric, and you want to make sure that your back fabric that goes on the quilter is 4 inches all the way around, bigger than your top. So you'll need to get a little extra for the backing so that you have something to clamp onto. Otherwise, you can just get it from your local fabric store already quilted. And so what I did, I've already quilted this, and it was the total of the 2 pieces is 36 inches long, and then it's like 44 inches wide. And I quilted this. This is 27 inches on this length, and then for the pocket it's 9 inches. You also need a 9-inch lining, and you can choose any fabric you want to coordinate with your bag, however you want that to go. So what I did, I have already marked off my markings, and I'll go over those in detail over how to mark your bag. And I have already sewn the lining on the back. So right now what I'm going to do is turn the inside, this pocket inside out. And I'll be taking it to the ironing board and pressing it before I sew it on. But I just wanted you to see how that's done. So this has quilted on it Nebraska Huskers. So if you have a pattern that's directional, say if you have trees, you don't want your trees to be upside down. You want to make sure your directional things are in the right order. And then once you turn it inside out, you're going to press it, but you're going to roll it down just a little bit. My Huskers. You're going to roll it down a little bit so that you have a little bit of that lining at the top. And you're going to press that down, and you're going to stitch in the ditch. And then when you come back, I have marked the pocket is going to be placed and sewed 3 inches from the bottom. So once I get this pressed and my stitch in the ditch, I'll place this in my marking right here, 3 inches from the bottom, and I'll place it here and then sew just the bottom down. So I've sewed the pocket on the bottom, and also you're going to mark the pocket down the middle, and you're going to make a seam here. This is going to create a pocket there in that section. So I have, the next thing we're going to do is mark off where our short straps are going to be. And so what you do is you cut 4 straps 20 inches long, and they're going to create a strap here, and I need another short one, and one here. So if there is some variations in the fabrics that you get, not everything is perfectly 42 or 44. So whatever you do, this is where you're gonna have to do a little playing and doing a little math, because like I say, everything's not perfect. So what we did was we measured 6.5 here, 6.5 here, but we also know we're gonna have 1/4 of an inch of a seam here, so that's actually gonna be like 6 1/4 and 6 1/4. So from your center line, you want to measure 6 1/4 over this way. So you need your measuring tape. So do you understand why you do 6 1/4 and not 6 1/2?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you do 6 1/2, it's such a slight amount that you won't even notice. But if you're anal, where's my marker? So I'm going to do a 6 1/4 inch mark here, and I'm going to do a 6 1/4 inch mark over here. Now the bottom one is 1 inch from the top of your pocket. So that's why I haven't marked it yet, because I wanted my pocket to be in place before I mark that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're just going to mark a 1 inch here. And I'm going to mark it just kind of.
Sister, is she?
That's above the pocket?
Yeah, right
Okay.
above the
I
pocket.
thought the pocket
1
was the
inch.
bottom. That's where I was. I thought, well, that's the bottom of the bag.
Okay.
That ain't the bottom of the bag.
So,
That's the pocket.
as you can see, I have tailor's chalk. You'll need your cutting pad, and you'll need a ruler to measure and mark and cut. Here's my 1 inch. Okay.
Neither one.
I hear something.
All right. So let's measure 6 1/4 here, and this is 6 inches here. Here's my measure. So what you're going to do here, oh, I got to do that down here too. 6 1/4 and 6 1/4. So inside these corners, where's my short pieces? If you can dig out my sharp pieces. So take your corner of your 20-inch strap, see, and you're going to pin this here. Let's pin it like this. And you're going to pin this one like this. And you're going to pin this one here. And you just want to secure it good, because you're going to pin some more. A little bit here. And you're going to pin this one right here where that corner section intersects. So you have taken the 20-inch short ones for your short straps, and the remainder of your 6 yards that you have had left over out of that, you cut that in half, and each one of them becomes a strap. So you'll take this one down to the bottom, and you're going to place it over. Let me measure that to make sure. This is 6 1/4. And from the side edge is 6 1/2. I actually have a line there, but it kind of wore off. And 6 1/4. And 6 1/2. Okay, so this will be pinned down, and you're going to overlap that section right there with your pins. Is this making sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got that. There.
Oh, move your hand. Thank you.
There you go. Then you're going to take your strap here. Make sure it don't twist or turn, because it can do that. You want to make sure that the handle is correct on there. Start again here at the bottom. And you also want to measure your 6 1/4 here, 6 1/2 here, and measure and make sure that it lines up. So once you have everything pinned down good, you go to the machine and you're going to go up here. And the way I do to anchor where my straps are, when I sew, I'll do like a little block here and crisscross, because you really want these sections, because they have some, you'll have some pull on it just to make sure they're anchored good. And I do that here and here and here and here. So we'll go to the machine now and sew this down. So I've marked this to cut. So I marked 2 inches from the seam here and down here from the seam, and here 2 inches here from the seam. But because there's no seam and this is the edge, you don't have to take in that 1/4 inch seam allowance consideration. So I just marked it off, and then I'm going to cut that out. You can do this with a rotary cutter or a good pair of scissors, either one.
And you're not doing it with either one.
She did it though.
Okay. Then the next thing you're going to do is, I took a 3-inch strip of fabric to make a binding. Where's my 3-inch strip?
On the floor, I think.
Yep, they wanna.
Okay. So this is just a 3-inch strip of fabric. You fold it in half and iron it, and you're going to sew this here like this.
You're finishing.
You sew it down, and then once it's sewed down, you're going to lap it over to finish that edge to
Oh,
keep
that
it
looks
finished.
good.
And then you will take the rest of this and you will do the bottom.
You do that with it you cut out?
You're gonna sew this
Down
here.
to
Now leave a
them.
little overlap at the top so you can work on that to get that top edge finished off. Sew this down, cut it, and
That's
then
your
take
pleat there.
the other one and sew it across the bottom. Okay, so I've sewn down my strip here, and what I will do is finish this edge by lapping that over just like you would bind a quilt, and just work on your edges so that that's nice and finished. But on this, well, actually on this edge you don't have to, because when you get this done, then you're going to open this up like this and match your seams and sew that straight across, and then that will make your bottom. And that's how you do that. So this will be finished off, and then once I do that, I take another strip and I will do the same thing with that binding and fix that to finish that edge off too. So here we have it, and you would fold down. You're going to put your straps inside, fold it down to the level of your first set of handles here. You have that, and you can have it a tote. This size, a nice size for a tote. Or if you want like just a little diaper bag, you just fold this back underneath here. And it really, it really doesn't take that much space up. You can actually
Isn't that nice?
take that there.
It's beautiful.
And so you got 3 pockets on each side?
So you have a pocket here, 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 because you sewed this seam up here, you have this pocket. And you have the same way we go.